Last November, we shared with you a story of Butte High sophomore Max Demarias as he battled optic nerve glioma. Fast forward to today, after months of steady progress, a recent MRI showed Max that the tumor behind his right eye had grown in size. 2 weeks ago, he was in Salt Lake for a biopsy that resulted in his right eye completely swelling up. But as soon as he was released on December 12th, he made it back home to Butte, where the very next day he and his family drove to Bozeman to watch Montana State play Austin Peay. While he was there, Max touched the heart of Bobcat players, in particular senior defensive end Bryce Sterk. Our Dom Tibbetts shares the story.
Athlete of the Week is sponsored by Montana Indoor Sports.
Born into a family of Montana State Bobcat fanatics, Max Demarias' pride for everything blue and gold is unwavering. So after Max got the okay to be released from his Salt Lake City hospital, you can only imagine how much it meant for him to get back in time for the Bobcats' FCS quarterfinal game against Austin Peay.
Had my biopsy Wednesday, checkup on Thursday, we raced back Thursday. Then Friday, headed over to the Bobcat game and watched him kick some butt, so it was pretty awesome.
But unlike the hundreds of MSU games he and his family had been to before, this one would be much different. For starters, after the game, senior safety Braden Conkle spotted Max through the huge crowd and ran over to his favorite high school football player.
He saw me out of the corner of his eye, and then he came up and gave me a big hug and just said that we're all here for you and we're gonna go win the next game for you, and it was pretty awesome.
Braden isn't the only member of the Bobcats team has been touched by Max's story. Senior defensive end Bryce Sterk couldn't believe Max and his family made it to the game.
That's a really tough kid. I mean, a huge Bobcat fan, obviously, but that's just great level of strength and commitment to do that, to make that drive, because that drive is long when you're healthy. But for him to do that speaks volumes to how tough that kid is.
And after spending a few minutes with Bryce, we learned why Max's story has made such an impact on him personally.
My heart goes out to them. My sister, when she was younger, had cancer as well, so it's definitely something that I'm kind of familiar with.
When Max awoke from a nap after his MRI, he saw Bryce had given him a shout out on Twitter, knowing that Bryce, Coach Choate, and the rest of the Bobcat family were thinking about him while they prepared for the FCS quarterfinals, will forever hold a special place in Max's heart.
It just means the world to me because, those guys are just focused on winning, but just being able to make a kid's day after having a bad couple of weeks just is pretty awesome.
Max met up with Bryce after the 24-10 win over Austin Peay. There they exchanged words of encouragement and strength. Max got to meet one of his football idols, while Bryce got to meet one of the reasons why being a Bobcat is more than just strapping up the pads and stepping out on the field.
Max, gotta appreciate how tough you are and how great of a Bobcat you are.
In Butte, Dom Tibbetts, MTN Sports.